Let's begin with creating a database. To create the database, we have to use a command called create database and then database name. So here I am creating a database called retail db. So I have to execute this command and the command completed successfully. Now we have created the database called retaildb. So we can check this here. You have to refresh this. Once we refresh under the database, you can see the retaildb database has been created. Now we have created the database retaildb, and now we want to connect to this database and use this database to create our database objects. So then you have to use the command called use and then database name retaildb and execute this command. See, now you have connected to retaildb database. Now inside this retail database, I will create a customers table. To create the table, we have to write the command like this: create table and then table name. I'm creating a customers table here. Then open the bracket. Inside the bracket, give the column name. So I will take first column as customer ID, and the data type I will take integer, and I will make this column as primary key column to identify each record uniquely, and it should be a identity start by 1 and increment by 1. Give a comma and then type the second column name. Second column name I will take it as first name. For this I will take the data type varchar and data length I would take 50. Again give comma. Third column I will take last name. Again I will use varchar as a data type, and data length I will give 50, same. Again give a comma. Next column I will take email, and for this also I will use varchar, but this time I will slightly increase the data length. Give a comma. I will take the last column as city. I will use same data type varchar, and the data length I will use 50, and then close the bracket here, and I will execute this command. So now the command completed successfully and the customer table is created. Now you can go to the retail database, and inside the tables you can see that customers table has been created. Still there is no data. We will insert some records. Now to insert the records into this customers table, we have to write the insert script like this: insert into table name, that is customers. Then inside the bracket we have to give the column names. I will start with first name because for customer ID I have selected it as identity column, where the values will be inserted automatically. It will start with 1 and increment by 1. So I will start with the second column, that is first name, comma, last name, comma, email and city. Close the bracket. Then values, again open the bracket. For first name, give the first name as John. Last name is, take an example, Doe. If it is string, we have to give it inside the single inverted commas. Then for email address, again John dot do at example .com, comma city New York, close the bracket. Now execute this command. One row affected, that means one row is inserted into the customers table. Now you can see that using this command, select star from customers. See, customer ID we have not given here because while creating the table I have taken customer ID as identity, and it is started with 1 and it will increment by 1 for each record. For second customer, the customer ID will be 2. Now I will insert few more records into this customers table. Let's execute this second insert script. So again one row affected. Now execute this also. So now total there are 3 rows in the customers table. Now let's see how the data is looking in the customers table. To see all the data from the customers table, we have to write the select command like this. Select star from the table name. Our table name is customers. So when I execute this command, you will see there are 3 records into the customers table, those we have inserted. Now when we use select star from customers table, when we use the star, all the data present in this table, that means all the rows and all the columns were displayed in the result. But if you want to see only few columns, then we have to mention those column names here instead of star. So for example, if I want to see only customer ID and first name and last name in the result, then I have to give only those names in the select command and then run this command. So in the result we can see only customer, first name and last name were displayed. Now we can also give the alias names to our columns. For example, instead of customer ID, we want to see it as only ID. So then you can give the alias like this, as and the alias name. If I want to see the first name as F name and last name as N name. So in this way we can give the alias names to the columns. So in the result you can see our customer ID is aliased with ID, first name is aliased with F name and last name is aliased with L name. Now this is the data present in my customers table. Now if I want to filter this data, I have to use the where condition. See, for example, I want to see the customers from New York City. So I have to write the query like this. Select star from customers, that is table name. Then we have to use the where condition, where the column name city is equal to New York. Sometimes the values stored in the columns were case sensitive. It depends upon the type of database. So we have to check whether the values stored in the columns are case sensitive or not. Then we have to accordingly we have to use these string values in the where condition. Now when I execute this code, you can see there is one customer from the New York City. And to check the case sensitivity, so I will change one letter to uppercase and execute this one. So in SQL Server, by default the data stored in the column string values will not be case sensitive, so it won't affect your filter condition. Now we can understand how we can update the records present in the table. Now in this example we are going to update the city to New York, where the first name is Jane and last name is Smith. So now the city is Los Angeles and you want to update this to New York. So for this we have to write the query like this: update, then table name, our table name is customers, then we have to use the keyword set city is equal to, you want to change the city to New York, where first name is equal to Jane and last name is equal to Smith. This where condition is very important. If we won't give the where condition, the city for all the customers will be changed to this New York. So where condition is very important when we are updating the records in the table. So when I execute this query, one row is affected. Now the city is changed to New York. Now see, for Jane, the city is now changed to New York. So in this way you can update the records present in the table by using the update command. But don't forget to use the where condition when we are using the update command. Now we will understand how to delete the record from the table using SQL. So now I want to delete a record from this table where the first name is Michael and the last name is Brown. So I have to write the SQL code like this: delete from the table name, that is customers, where first name is Michael and last name is Brown. So giving the where condition is also very important when we are deleting the record, otherwise it will delete all the records from this table. So I will execute this command. Now one row is affected, that means one row is deleted. Now see the data from this table. There, now as you can see in the customers table there are only two records. One record has been removed where the first name was Michael, and this way you can delete the records using the SQL from the table. So in this video we have covered some basic SQL command. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like and subscribe my channel for more such videos on SQL. Thanks for watching this video.